That's Amari. That's Vanessa. That's Ava. That's me. And that's Chris. We're the family, travelling a million miles in our boat car. We hope you enjoy our journey. Welcome back to our channel. The big yearly annual service was still on the way. We've had delays and hold-ups with parts. But whilst we were waiting, there was one very urgent thing that needed to be sorted out. You may have watched our previous magnet fishing video and saw that we started to sink. So before we started on the brakes, we used this time to resolve that problem.
Right, good morning guys. We had this problem with water getting into the vehicle, or the boat shall I say, and it's coming in through up there. So unfortunately I need to sort this problem out. So we can't have a boat which is sinking the minute we're getting the water, taking on water. So unfortunately I've got to take out all these bolts here. I've got to take out that one, I'll take out that one. I've got another one right up there somewhere, you can't really see it, it's just past the shaft. Oh no, sorry, it's at the front there. There you can see the bolt sort of in there, that thing there, it's got sealant all over it. So I've got to take all this out. Then I've got to go inside and take the flooring out, disconnecting the cables or wires and all the other stuff, gear lever. So it's not a 5-minute job, but I aim to do it very quickly. So I'm going to undo these bolts and I'll take you through the journey of trying to get all these out, because it's awkward, can be messy. One more at the top, and then I've got two in, oh no, yeah, one more at the top, then I've got two more inside to do, which are a lot easier than these ones. So they're all done out, and then I'm just gonna quickly show you what it looks like. Take you with me. Right, go and do this one up here, and it's got the shaft. This is the prop shaft that goes to the back wheels, and this is right above it in line. So you can imagine I've got to try somehow and get again, it's silly because the one way to do it would be a spanner on this side, and then someone on the top side uses a ratchet. I tend to like using a ratchet, so I try and force it up there as much as possible. But before I do that, I've got all this sealant, and obviously I won't say it stops the water in, but it prevents water getting through, and it also helps keep the bolts, the nuts from coming loose, which I shouldn't do really, but there's a lot on there. So I'll come back to you in a minute when I take all this off, and then we'll carry on from there and go inside the car. Right guys, I'm undoing the nuts next to the shaft. I've got to get this bolt out to get the seat up, and I'm going to try and see if I can get access to it without undoing all of the floor, but If not, then the other side seat is a lot easier than this one. This is a difficult side. I'll be right for the next few minutes. Right. So I've got to take this one out and then I'll call you back when I'll get the other bit. Alright. So, alright then. So, right, so I've just got this bolt here to take out. For this seat here, this bar, that bar's connected along there. Got to take the seat out, lift it out, and then I've just remembered I've got another one on the other side of the seat. Right, there's quite a lot of water in there actually, look. There's quite a lot of water in there still. It's full of water and a lot of debris and stuff, I don't know what that's got in there. But I've got to get that bolt there. That's it, there you go. Now I'm doing the cables that might be attached to something. Should lift out like this without damaging and scratching anything. Right. To be fair, the seats are soaked. Have you seen this? Right, okay. I've taken this off to get to, obviously, these seals here. This is the one that's leaking, by the way. And I've created these inspection hatches. But under here, I don't know if you can see. What's that? That's a phone. Now I haven't got a clue how a phone ended up underneath here. It's actual phone. Right. How did that end up there? I've got a clue. I don't know if that screw's gone through it or not. Right, got to take the screws out. I'm not sure how a phone ended up underneath here, guys. I really don't know. But I worked on this ages ago and there was no phones. I wouldn't have put a phone here anyway. Right, I'll take this out. You can see I've got to screw it in. So I'm not sure how that ended up. Right, I'm going to see if I can repair this from this hatch. If not, then I'm going to take the other seat out and then take the floor out. For the 50th time this year. Just to do silly stuff. There's a phone here. Is it working? Nope. Don't ask me how that ended up here. Please don't ask me. Right. I think I see the problem. Look. That should be right up here and it slipped backwards. It slips down there. Lord knows how that's happened. But because where it is, I've got a feeling I'm going to take the floor out. I can't, hang on. And take the side panel out, see if I can get to it a bit better. Phone. That's a Vodafone. Don't know what that is. It's not mine. Anyway, I better carry on. Time's running out. Can't be talking. Can't be nattering like Lane does. She's always nattering. Nattering. Hang on. Right, so ideally this needs to come up. Well, I might be alright. I might be able to get to it. Might be able to. But that's not on. Look. It's got movement in that. And I've just got to be able to get to that screw. Down there for this Jubilee clip. Right, enough of that. Enough of that. Yeah, it's definitely come off. That should be like that. Right to the end. Right to the end there. Now, if that would have come off properly, this car would have gone under very quickly. So they let so much water in. I don't know if the bilge pumps would have coped with the amount of water coming in, but there's a lot coming in clearly. I filled this up water right up to here, inside the car, and water started coming out. So there we go. Right, for this I'm going to have to get on the job, and I'll see if I can fix it this way. If not, I'm going to take the other side out and rip the floor out quickly and do it that way.
The floor had to be removed. Chris started to remove the internal bolts in order to lift the floor.
I've just undone this Druba clip screw. It's barely tight, and I don't know why, because I made sure this is really tight, and I mean really tight. So I'm not sure what's gone wrong there. That's where it was. It was literally on the edge like that. So I need to now get this all the way back up there. Before I do that though, I'm just gonna see if I can get some degreaser and degrease all of this. There's no grease on it, it seems okay. But I'm getting degreaser and degrease all. See, that's the seal, that goes outside. That's the drive shaft right there, prop shaft's right in there. And that just seals that gap there to, you know, stop the water from coming in. All right, my neighbours kindly lent me some maintenance spray, which I've run out. And hopefully this will stop it sliding off again. I need to push this right back. See, that's where it needs to be. That needs to be right against there, not like it was earlier, like that. It needs to be all the way back there, like so. Right, I need to clean this part in here, the coupling for the transfer box. Right guys, the next stage is to seal this up. I've got some sealant. The sealant actually went off in the tube, so I'll cut the tube open, and I don't need tons of it, so I reckon I've got more than enough. I'm going to smear it all around the edge, put the Jubilee clip on, and then we'll start putting this thing back together. Okay, back in it. Right, I'm going to use some silicone sealant. I'm going to dab a load of it. I don't know if it'll work. Does it even work? I'm just going to stick it around the edge bit, just so hopefully it'll create an extra seal. May not even do nothing, I don't know, but get better than nothing, I suppose. And put some on there. I don't normally do this, but after going out with the other day and having that leak, I'm just going to make sure that I've done everything I can to stop it happening again.
Spring is in the air like a drum are bursting. Beautiful green. It's like a love scene with waves of flirting. Seasons change us. Maybe it's just me and mine, where thunder has had its way. When kindness is portrayed as blind and glitter to the rays. Oh, no need to beg pardon. No need to beg pardon. Strong piano playing, wind chimes swaying. I'm longing for summer nights. Down by the ocean, high emotion, legs covered in mosquito bites. Oh, seasons change us.
These I've tightened these up. I've also put some extra sealant on both edges. Hopefully, just if it does ever come loose, it shouldn't move too much then. So yeah, so ready to put the stuff back in.
After removing the mysterious phone and resealing the hose, the seats were refitted. So, back to the problem at hand, the brakes. Well, as you saw from last video, this whole week pretty much it's been a case of just trying to get this car back on the road. We've not been very successful with getting parts, have we?
No.
It's just been an absolute nightmare.
And it's Royal Mail's fault.
Yeah, totally. I think there's a lot, even things that we're sending out to people just aren't getting there.
Yep.
And the things that we're ordering isn't coming.
It comes like a week later. If it's not something they stock in and it's just something they're making a phone call, it gets delivered, I paid for it before they even paid for it.
Yeah.
Technically, it's costing nothing. They wouldn't have that sale if I didn't order them. So
No.
they're not losing no money. They're gaining.
Yeah.
But they're charging double.
Yeah, I know.
There's no need. Charge them £5 or more for your time, for your phone call. Literally, they go online, they literally press a button, and then it goes to some centre somewhere, and it's literally at the door next day.
Just so you know what we're ranting on about, over the last week or so, we've been trying our hardest to get in the bearings. Now, we already ordered these probably 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And
next day, literally delivery.
they were supposed to be 48-hour delivery by Royal Mail.
Yeah.
Now, it's been 2 weeks since we've ordered it, and the things have still not come. So what we've had to do is go to our local car factors, which, to be fair, we did check in the beginning, but because the price was a lot more, we thought, well, we might as well order it online because it's going to come in 48 hours, so we'll get the car back on the road. That kind of yeah, did not go
backfire.
to plan. Yeah. Definitely
To
backfired.
be fair, it's not we're tight. It's just we don't like being ripped off. That's just, and it's not. And I'm not saying.
No, we're tight.
No, we're not tight. We're young. Yeah, but no. But the day is, I don't grudge paying for something. If you buy a bottle of Prosecco and it's £8.99, you buy a bottle of champagne and it's £100. That's what it is. You expect to pay more for that product. So all I'm saying to you guys, and that's what I'm saying, on our journeys, we've been talking about businesses being out there, creating new customers, keeping the customers, and also retaining, keeping customers and provide a good service. One of them is, especially now when people are struggling to keep their cars on the road because car taxes have gone up, fuel prices have gone up.
Especially now when businesses are struggling.
Businesses are struggling.
Yeah.
You're in that position to now capitalise on that industry. Even if you say, right, we've got 1,000 of these products, we can afford to sell them and make 10% profit, but turn over a lot more. You're going to then feed Asia, or wherever they're made, or India in certain circumstances, businesses. You're going to feed the suppliers, going to come down the chain, you're going to get fed, you're going to turn over, your customers are going to be very happy, going to keep coming back and buying more and more. someone like us is going to use a lot of bearings, a lot of parts on a vehicle, or even a boat, or aircraft, or whatever it is, we'll come back to you and think, I'm going to get a good deal.
We are going to be doing, as we said before in our last episode, the system, the water system that's going to clean out the brake drums when we come out of the water.
Was that clean out?
Clean it out. Because obviously, as you know, when you go into salt water, it is very corrosive. It damages the car. That is probably one of the reasons why we're in the situation right now.
Yeah.
Because we just haven't been able to keep up with the maintenance
We've been enjoying ourselves too much.
Yeah, the sun's been out and we've been out.
Yeah.
So, you know, we've not really been keeping up with maintenance.
And to be fair, why the last couple of videos we didn't go in the water, because I knew it had to be done at some point.
Yeah.
And it's not we held off. We held off a little bit, and
it was burning
so
us.
tired.
Even when we went to Weymouth.
We was like, and to be fair, I should have gone in, but that would have probably gone then.
Yeah.
That would have finished it off.
Yeah.
And the rear ones I didn't do in the last service, so that's my fault. The front ones I did recently, which need doing again at some point. So they're still good at the moment, but I'm going to try and do it within the next week or so.
Yeah.
Before it gets to that point, I need to do them. And then the next one will be probably in a couple of months' time. So I'm going to try and do it every 2 months.
Yeah.
Just do, not so change bearings, but just strip it down, check it, grease, and the front ones, probably strip it all apart, grease it all up. And I'm using marine grease, so that's going to repel the water out more. So where before it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. And there's going to be a lot more modifications done to this vehicle.
Just
one, because we want to make it a completely different boat car to what any others are on the road, but also
it was rubbish.
I'm not going to go down that road.
I am.
Said we're gonna do
modifications. Trying to sound, put the tone down.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Anyway, we're gonna keep the modifications to, as I said, making the boat car completely different to any others that's on the road, but also we're gonna modify it to, you know, just enlighten you as to what can be possibly done with cars, you know. In general, to be fair.
We're going to do engine modifications.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and get the power up on this. So any companies out there what are watching or in air filtration systems, all that kind of stuff.
It's cold. You can clearly see it's cold.
It's freezing. And I've been told to take my silly red and black hat off. And I always wear that. So if you think I should still wear my hat, let me know in the comments. Because I need it right now. And Elaine says, no, I shouldn't wear it. So I'm letting you all behind the scenes before I get told off. Anyway, I'm going to do engine modifications, brake modifications. Anyone in that company, it's a Suzuki Run engine, running gear. If you're in any companies that want to work with us and yeah, let us use your parts and put them on our vehicle and show how it's done, get in touch with us.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Sure. So, without further ado, let's move on. Let's show them how to do this water, what is it? Water suspension thing.
The whole aim of this is to flush the brakes out. So I'm going to attach, well, these are push fits. So I'm going to put 2 pipes in there, link them together through a system on by short, and then connect it up so I can put hose pipe to it and flush the system out. So I've made a dual system. Normally these have one. Well, normally all the ones I've seen have been sold have got 1 nozzle. I've put 2 because I want to wash where the brakes sit inside like so. You can see the nozzles there. It will spray all in here, all the system on both sides and wash it all out. Any salt, because these are the bits what get stiff when they get salt in them. So hopefully it should clean all the system out and get any salt out there. So that's the whole aim. And that's what I came up with. Everyone sold 1, I did 2, because I think when you go normally with a boat trailer, you normally go to the slipway and you put the boat in, and normally it's not that far away from your home. So you go to the boat ramp, in the water, back home. Unfortunately, we may drive 100, 200 miles, then go in the water and have to drive 200 miles back. That's the problem where the damage is done, especially if you're going on the motorway and it's getting high speed, gets very hot very quickly. The salt water is what really does the damage and corrosion. So that should eliminate the need of keep going back and stripping this down every 5 minutes. I still have to strip it down, but hopefully not as often, because what I found in there is that these bits, like this one there, that's completely stiff, and that one there, and to the point, yeah. So that is not turning, it's solid. So that's the adjuster, and clearly at some point salt water's got in them. So I've got 2 new ones, just quickly show you before I go to the water system. I've got 2 new ones. joined the Jimny Club thing, and they're used but new, and they're like, that's how it should be, nice and loose. But I'm still going to strip these down and grease them up before I put them in with marine grease to make sure they're not going to do this again. Right, so I'm going to show you underneath the car what piping I've done. I couldn't film it because it's so hard to, I've got my space underneath there. Right, so I've got this pipe work here, this pipe, shall I say, which is a push fit type pipe, and that's what I've used because it's just what works best. And good for a push fit, I can literally put it on like so, and it locks like that. But the best thing about it is, like when I was doing the pipe, I made a mistake, I just push that back, and normally, I say normally, I can take it back off again. So this is good in future if I'm doing any maintenance work, I need to remove it, I can remove the whole system very, very quick and easily and put it back on. This just click together like Lego. So that will make life a bit easier for either myself or someone else who's fixing the car. Right, so underneath here, I've put the pipe in. It goes right underneath, it joins to a T-junction, and I'll show the camera in a second, and it goes right to the other side, and this has been replicated right on the other side. So while Lane gets that apart, I can show you. Yep, right, okay. There we go. Right, so basically what I'm going to do here, I've got a bit of a bearing stuck in there. So these connected here, so basically this fits back on this hub, like so. And these pipes will connect into that, like so. Go along like that. Okay, so if I grab the camera, I can show you that's basically what happens. And this pipe will be the same. I've got to cut them down, so not finished yet, to make them a bit shorter. So they're the exact length. And that's basically my flushing brake flush system. So I say normally got one. When you buy kits, I'll put two. If you've got a powerful washer, you can put three. You can drill holes as much as you like and go as you like. It depends on what you're used to. If I get the camera, I can quickly run underneath. That's what I've done there. I've run it all the way along to the other side, as you can see. I don't need to go into too much detail because, there you go. It's not tied at the moment, but I will be tidying it up. So that's basically what it is. Okay. So, yeah, that's it. So now I've done that, it's gonna save a lot of issues. And like I said, if I do need to service this in the future, probably not my gloves on, but undo the bolts, take it all off, remove this, like so, push this back, and there you go, it comes off. So even someone who doesn't know about this can undo these kits and, undo the pipes and get the job done, if it's not me. So I've thought that well out, haven't I?
It's brilliant. I think it's a brilliant idea.
Not if it's removable, which some of the others, it's, you know, it's fine. But I'll put two nozzles in there. And you can do this with any vehicle. Land Rover, any vehicle that goes off-road, you're going water, muddy stuff, you're going to flush the system out. Because even mud and dirt gets in these systems. So not just seawater, just going through swamps. So if you do overlanding. If you want to find out a bit more, get in touch with us and we'll put a link on there. And then we can supply you these kits at very, very cheap price as well.
So here we are, another week has passed, and now we've been told that we are guaranteed to receive the bearings this week. Thank you so much for watching our video, and hopefully we'll see you back on the road or the water next week.
So I need to go inside and get all that out before I can put anything back in there for the bearings to come. Yeah, so that's our video on the flushing kit. Yeah, keep following to see what we do next.